Hi Libra, this is Julie with Deep Soul Counsel, and this will be your reading for August of 2018. We're going to use 4 cards. I've already shuffled, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle again. I also have something to share with you. Even before I pull out these cards, I can feel it on every level for the majority of you who are watching this video, who associate with the sign of Libra. This month, I'm not saying it's going to be a negative month, but this month is going to be a time of adjustment. I feel like a lot of you guys are running on some like nostalgia or the high of something new. And it's great because you moved forward, you advanced, you took a chance. I feel like you guys had outgrown some situations, places, people, etc. And so you were pushed really and moved into the next phase of your life, or the next place of your life, or the next job, or going back to school, or the next relationship, whatever it was. But see, this month, you're going to enter into a period of adjustment. And so some of you may regret the new experience. Once that newness and the shiny and the excitement wears off, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be missing where you were before, or missing the time that you had free before. Whatever it is, you're really doubting your decision. You're doubting yourself, and you're kind of you're just kind of, you know, how sometimes we pout. We know we made the right decision, but it's just really sad, and it's just a period of adjustment, and that's what you're going to go through this month. I can feel that right away. Right away, I can feel that. It's nothing bad. It's not going to last that long, but it's completely normal. So I'm just warning you, once the nostalgia of the relationship or the new job or going back to school or the class or whatever it is wears off, you're going to enter into a period of adjustment. And that's completely normal. All right. That does not mean that you made the wrong decision. That doesn't mean that you should go back to where you were or doing what you did. It just means that you have entered into a new frequency and you are adjusting to it. That's all. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and go into your reading. So this is Libra, August of 2018. Libra, August 2018. Okay, so I know the cards are harsh, but we'll go over this in a second, all right? Yeah. So you guys are all usually happy and perky and have all this energy, and you move, and it's almost like now you guys are like in a way like starting over in some sort of new experience, and it comes to like where you feel lonely. Ooh, all is not lost. Let's see. Freedom. Bam. All right. I love this card. I love this card. So I'm not even worried about the card that you started off with now. That's amazing. All right. So it looks like these are stages. Right away, when I put up the cards, I see like steps. Like, not steps that you climb, but like stages of steps. And so right away, that tells me that this reading, these cards, they're steps forward. So let's say that, let's talk about the time of adjustment, because I feel like there are a lot of people who are jealous, right, of you for having the courage to do what you did, but they also want to be the first ones to say, I told you so. I feel like, you know, if you see them together, they're like gathered like a cult. You guys know people like that who like gather together and gossip, and it's almost like they're like a cult. They're always together, and who knows what they're doing. And, you know, it's almost like they don't have anything, they don't work on themselves. So all they have to do is like kind of like talk about other people, or be, you know, start stuff, right? And they have an audience there too. So these are like the drama queens who do things when somebody is paying attention to them. I just feel like you're going to have to like, in your new place or your new experience, it's going to be different. And you might run into people who rub you the wrong way. That doesn't mean you came to the wrong place. Maybe you don't like your neighbors. You know, maybe you don't like your new boss. Maybe you got the hours, or somebody switched your hours. Whatever it is, it doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision. It just means that you're trying to sift and sort through the energy to decide what's right for you. Your inner being knows what it's doing on the inner level. It really does. You are completely okay. But I just feel like it's going to feel as if everybody is, like, you know how like we just feel like the world has conspired against us, like, oh my God, you got my hopes up and you brought me to this place and I felt safe and I felt inspired and I knew that source energy was leading me this way or leading me in this direction. And then how can you disappoint me after I listened to you and I moved and I had the courage to move? And you're being asked, like, don't be dramatic. Like, it's the period of adjustment. It's going to be difficult adjusting. That is just how things are when you move from one frequency to the next, all right? But it's not going to be that hard. I mean, I just feel like that's going to kind of be your only challenge this month, is really adjusting into that new frequency, whatever that is for you. Let's look here. I feel like there's a lot of inner battle going on. Where we talked about questioning yourself and, you know, maybe running into some people who don't rub you the right way. You know, I call them sandpaper people because they rub you the wrong way. Like maybe running into a few people like that and make you question your whole life, you know, and you're being asked, like, every day that you go home that you feel less than inspired and less than positive, and you want to lay down on your bed and say, I had a bad day. And the universe wants to ask you, did you have a bad day, or did you just have a bad 5 minutes that you milked all day? Which one is it? Here you have two entities and they're bickering amongst each other because it's almost like they want to be the most valuable, but they have to come to realize that light has no value without darkness. Do you understand? In order for light to thrive and be appreciated and actually be light, there has to be darkness. There is no light without darkness. You know what I mean? And the same goes the other way. Without light, we wouldn't appreciate darkness. We wouldn't appreciate the night when we could sleep, when the temperature got cooler, right? When we could calm our heads and just look at the stars. We couldn't appreciate that without light. If it was dark all the time, we would not appreciate the darkness because we would be sick of it. It would be dark all the time. These two energies, they depend on one another to survive. And I'm being asked to remind you that instead of trying to shame one aspect of yourself out of the equation, or trying to shame yourself or be mean to yourself, how you talk to yourself matters, or be mean to yourself about something that you didn't do the way you thought you could have done it, you know, like, why are you doing that? I feel like you have to learn how to embrace both inner darkness and inner light. They're equally necessary. It's not about running from your darkness. It's about learning how to live beside it. All right? Because we are both dark and we are both light. We are made of both. You can't just be one. And I feel like this month you're really going to learn that. You're really going to have to be okay with, you know what? I feel like this. And it doesn't mean that anything is bad. It just means that I'm having a feeling based on what I'm observing in my experience. I feel like, so you had a group here. I just feel like this is, sometimes it's not even really true when we just feel like everybody's against us, or like everything's going wrong for us, or we just feel disappointed or let down. But it's not a big deal. Like, I don't want to make the reading sound like, oh my God, it's this huge deal and it's going to like have you on your bed depressed. It's not. It's just about adjusting to the newness after the shine wears off, because you're not going to be expecting it. You guys are thinking that nostalgia is going to last. Look at this though. And look, you have the sun and the moon again. And so I want to go back to this card, because here you have the sun and the moon, but they're arguing and they're bickering, and you know, they each want to feel valued in their own right, but they're not understanding that their value depends on one another. Your spirit, body, mind connection, it all depends on one another as well. Here, you have the sun and the moon, but this time, the woman and the man, they are back to back. They are no longer side by side, and they don't have wings here. They're not the angels, but at the same time, they're holding hands and they're in the Garden of Eden. They've probably already fallen into temptation and they're trying to like, kind of holding each other's hand, like what's going to happen. But they embraced their darkness, right? They ate the apple, they disobeyed God, they embraced their darkness, they were sent to earth, whatever. I feel like this is about you embracing your darkness. Some of you guys too are going to be meeting new people this month in this new place. And some of them might not be good influences. So you want to be really careful. Like, you know, I feel like some of you might be so eager to get out and explore this new place, or, you know, go out with this new person, or, you know, maybe new friends from school or work or whatever it is. But be careful, because they may bring out some habits that you thought you had taken care of. All right? Everything is going to happen at its own pace. Don't rush. All right? Don't rush to fit in. Don't rush to find friends. Don't rush to find that clique. It's all going to come in its due time. I also feel like you guys are going to be in relationships too. But you want to be careful, because I actually see a few relationships. Some of you going through a few relationships just for fun. Like, they're not even really serious. Like, you're just kind of wanting to date and have fun and just kind of live. You're in this new place and you just want to live it up. Or you're in this new job, maybe you're making more money, whatever it is. Just be careful, because I do feel like there could be some people around you who aren't the best influence. But I do see that you get over the adjustment period. I mean, you're going to be adjusting for a while, but the main kind of like surprise or punch, I should say, it won't last that long, and you'll be fine. Just remember that you made the right decision. And also just be careful about the people that you're dating or the people that you're hanging around with, is what I'm getting as well. Some of them are really not good influences. And they may seem nice at first. You guys have had those friends, right? Where they seem awesome at first and it's almost like they're perfect. And then after a few months, we realize why they didn't have any friends and why we're their only friend. And then we don't want to be their friend either. That could go either way with relationships. But I also feel like some of you will be meeting, though, the one as well. So there's just a lot of discovering yourself, discovering, you know, parts of you that had kind of been buried and hidden for a while under responsibility. So you start with feeling like the whole world has conspired against you, and anybody that has an audience will listen to somebody else talk about you, and people are jealous because you had the courage to do what you needed to do. I also feel like some of you guys may feel unworthy and inadequate during that period of adjustment. Don't, because you are completely worthy, and you are completely adequate, and you are completely 100% exactly where you're supposed to be. You just arrived there, or you just signed up for that. Do you understand? Like, that has just become a part of who you are, or become a part of who you are again. Give it time. You're not lacking in any area. All right. You just made this huge move, or this huge advancement, or this huge adjustment. Some of you guys may not even be looking at this as adjustment. Maybe you lost your job and you had no choice but to get a new job. Maybe you guys lost your relationship and you had no choice but to be single. You know, you had to move out. So some of you guys may have been pushed to the next stage, but that's what happens. When you don't go, you get dragged, right? So I feel like you're being asked that if that's your case and that's you, where you're like, I don't know what this newness, nostalgia, happy feeling she's talking about, because I did not choose to be in this new environment, and I'm not really knowing like how I'm advancing. It's not me. It is. Anything around you right now is on your frequency. Whatever you don't have but you want, the reason you don't have it is because it's on a different frequency than you. The good thing, everything that you want is connected to source energy. Whatever that is or is not to you, right? The infinite intelligence. Everything that you want is connected to that source. You are also connected to that source. Therefore, you are already connected to what you want. All right? It's just about matching that vibration, becoming the person who can sustain that vibration. Every like stage of life is going to require a different version of yourself. This new place that you're in, this is freedom. This is going to take you away from the chains that you felt before. You're going to meet new people. You're going to have new experiences. And the only thing that you have to be aware of is it's like the adjustment period. That's it. And not worry about what other people say. Let them talk. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? I mean, really, you've got to have self-control. Like, I am not going to let somebody else control how I react or how I feel. Like, what do I look like, right? Like, I am in control of my feelings. I will not give you the power to control how I feel. My feelings are the only thing in this universe that I have 100% control of, that nobody can take away from me ever, right? Under any circumstance. Unless I die or get sick, my brain no longer works or whatever. But you know what I mean. My thoughts are the only thing that I know 100% that I can control in a moment. So there's a reason for that. Why would I give that away? I'm not giving that away. So you're being asked to not care what they say. Let them talk. Who cares? Seriously. If they say something, it doesn't make it true just because they said it. You know what I mean? If you're like, oh, wait, they said this. Like, if you get upset, you're upset because you believe that whatever they said is true on some level. All right? So you need to ask yourself, all right, this person made me aware of something that I believe about myself that I don't like. Let me, instead of go yell at them or get mad at them or chase them or whatever, let me go investigate my damn self. Right? Because you can't change other people, but you can change yourself. You can change how you react. And that's what you do. You have the Freedom card. This is my favorite card in the entire deck. The wings are ready. It's flying. I mean, it's already up in the air. It's flying. And it's like, look at me. Look at how far I've come. You know what I mean? Like, this is, I'm so happy for you guys. Even with that period of adjustment, and even with that darkness and the going back and forth with your mind, you know, in the maybe the you guys are finding some bad boys or bad girls, you know, to kick it with for a little bit, whatever. Just don't get lost there. And I feel like you guys don't. You guys are actually in the right place. And I'm sorry if you had to get kicked there or pushed there or whatever. But next time you see things in your environment that are saying, this is no longer for you, this is no longer for you, don't stay. Because if you stay, you're going to get dragged out again. You know, you have no choice but to move forward and grow. And if you don't do it, it'll be done. Because that's how much you're loved. That is how much you are loved. All right? I love you guys so much. This has been an awesome reading. Probably, you know, probably one of the most positive, for sure. For sure, probably the most positive so far. So I love you guys so much. Oh. I found this amazing spiritual YouTube channel. All right. They publish spiritual content on a daily basis. Like, but a variety. And I think she has like almost 400,000 subscribers. She'll have more than that, I'm sure, by the time you probably watch this video. But I love the variety. And because it publishes on a daily basis, excuse me, I understand that people have different spiritual needs and that people are different. And I feel like, you know, if I find something that I feel is beneficial to the collective conscious, I want to share that with you. So her, that link is below, and it's Higher Self. And if you go underneath my social media tabs, you will see the link to that channel. You guys should check it out. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff. Don't just look through a few videos and just, you know, think it's not for you. There's a lot of different stuff. If you go all the way back, I mean, there's some interesting stuff there. We can always learn. We can always learn. And if you think you know everything, you can't learn anything. And then that's just sad, because then you just rot in stagnation. But that's not going to happen to you, Libra, because this is your month. You have the Freedom card. You have the free bird. All right? Wings spread, ready to fly. So proud of you. And I'm so proud of how far you've come. I've been rocking with you with this channel for a while. You guys have been through some shit. You guys have been through some bad relationships. You guys have been overworking, working crummy jobs, doing things that you don't want to do for people you don't like. I feel like a lot of you guys too were like trying to buy things to impress people that you don't like. You guys were just like for months in this situation, but it was kind of making you feel like, I can't take it here no more. I can't take it here no more. Whatever that situation was, right? I can't take it here no more. I can't take it here no more. And that's what made you go, right? And whatever this experience is that you're adjusting to right now, or that you will be adjusting to soon after the nostalgia wears off, whatever it is, how big or how little, doesn't matter, whatever it is. Or maybe you're just now walking into it or getting shoved into it. Whatever it is, you couldn't be there no more. You know, it was that feeling of being crunched and stuffed and, you know, like suffocating almost. You had to go. All right. So now you can breathe. If you just stop worrying. Some of you guys are worrying. So stop worrying. Okay, I'm going to get the hell off this channel now. I love you guys so much. All my links are below. So check them out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.